Men of Reddit, what myth about men is 100% untrue and infuriates you when you hear it? That we can never not be in the mood, and if we are, we must be sick or cheating. I had an ex who pushed for sex while I had a tube coming out of my back to drain my kidney and was on opiates that make it nearly impossible for me to finish. She got hers though. Did you kill her? Who are you? FBI, CIA, NSA, told you guys to leave me alone. Sir, I'm just the mailman. Erections mean we want sex. Even as adults, they can still be rondo monsieur, or lack of erection meaning we don't sad face. There's nothing more demoralizing than that. And then you start to worry that it will happen. And then you seem to feel it happening. So you worry even more. And then it actually starts going down. Now you can't think of anything else and you are willing it to go up. And the night is ruined. That if we like children but don't have children of our own, we're automatically given at the very least a little grilling, if not straight out, asked if we're a pedophile. I like dogs too, for pretty similar reasons. Nobody ever asks me if I'm a dog fucker. Are you a dog fucker? Well, thank you for asking. No, I'm not. Well, at least not anymore. Surprisingly by T. Wrong hole. They aren't supposed to have teeth back there. Cat dog is always a flip of the coin. Men can't multitask. Every time I hear that, I have to stop what I am doing so I can get angry. Edit. Thank you to all who upvoted, and thank you even more to the kind souls who thought this worthy of the gold and silver. Deleted. I'm sick of this one. I'm a stay-at-home dad of 2 girls. It must be your day off. No, it's my job. That we miss signs that women give them because they are stupid. We see them, but we don't want to be creepy, jump to conclusions. Edit. Or we're not interested. This 1000x over. I used to pick up on signals and not act on them for 2 reasons. 1. Low self-esteem. 2. I was terrified of taking something the wrong way and getting trapped in a situation where the girl would actually not have been flirting. There's any number of bad outcomes if a girl does something you think is flirting. For one, obviously, she could call you a creep for coming on too strong since you already thought she liked you. For another, maybe you just don't want that one last blow dealt to your self-confidence. It's a tricky situation. One woman's invitation is another woman's "I'm just being nice" is another woman's courtesy. Because I don't actually like you is another woman's "fuck me now." Quote. It's genuinely infuriating how many people have an anathema about direct communication. So, what are you hoping to get out of seeing me? Fun, hang out, have sex if you're up for it. Turns a fair number of people off. But it does definitely make shit clear. I had a woman come up to me in a bar last night and give me a mild insult and then start making small talk. I was genuinely offended, and had to do everything in my power to not insult her back. She hung around and said a few more things and eventually left. Later my friend said he thinks she was hitting on me. Now I can see that, but honestly a compliment would work a lot better. Man who works at daycare are pedophiles every year. There are people who complain I work there. Meanwhile, the women working at daycare aren't even watched, and get away with casual child abuse. Jesus, what a load of BS. As if guys can't be nurturers who like children or even just work there because they need the job. That we cannot parent as well as a woman. That we need a random woman to come hold a man's child because they're crying. That we are babysitting when our spouse isn't with our babies. Yeah, that stereotype is so damn dumb. I mean, I changed thousands of diapers and it never bothered me once. I was perfectly capable of dressing my kids. I know how to open a jar of baby food. I wash and hang my kids' school uniforms. I am not looking for a prize, but I am also not looking to be treated like I am an idiot. I'm a nurse, and before that I was a nurse's aide working in a nursing home changing adult diapers every day. One day I was at a restaurant holding my daughter when I realized that she had a dirty diaper. I handed her to my wife so I could extricate myself from the booth, when a woman at the next table made that disapproving CCH noise and said, "Typical." I stood up, took my daughter back along with a diaper bag, turned to this woman and said, "Please, lady, I'm a nurse. I've changed the diapers of people bigger than you." And I went off to the bathroom. Monsieur, men think about sex every X amount of seconds. I'm a grown man with a life. I have more to think about than just sex. Agreed. I also just thought about sex. It's getting better now. But back in the day, basically every guy on TV was a sports-obsessed, car, motorcycle-loving, beer-swilling moron who couldn't function without his wife to look after him and the kids. My wife went away last week for work, and I'll have you know that only half my kids got eaten by wolves. You did your best, man. Wolves always hunt impacts, so you were probably outnumbered. Plot twist, he only has one kid. Well, half of one now. Daughter to a single dad here. There was this myth I discovered when I was young. It's something almost all my female friends were told, but thankfully not me. The myth is the belief that there are such things as girl business, where only your mom or other older females in the family should help you with. As the only girl in the house growing up, my dad helped me understand and deal with a great many girl business problems. Meanwhile, all my friends had their moms to handle it for them. Monsieur, when my friends found out my dad was sort of in charge of handling those with me, they were shocked. They asked me why I didn't have an aunt or grandma to help instead. Well, my aunts all live at least 10 hours away and grandma is even further. I began to realize over the years that there might actually be negative side effects to this girl's only way of thinking. Sure, having another female assist you with those issues might be less awkward and embarrassing, but there's already an inherent awkwardness and embarrassment associated with it. Learning to overcome the embarrassment is part of growing up and accepting your body. Furthermore, I have since grown up and began studying psychology, and done some research into this further for my studies. I'd have to do a more in-depth and wide-reaching survey and analysis to come to findings I'd be comfortable with being peer-reviewed. But I have a theory that the girls-only mentality causes relationship issues later in life. Young girls grow up thinking that there are some aspects of womanhood men not only don't understand, but can't understand. It makes them not only less trusting of male partners, but also keeps them from seeing men as equals when it comes to parenting. Sure, if you're a mom of a young girl, there's no reason for you to not continue helping her with all the complex feminine issues she's going through. Just be careful not to make her think her dad doesn't empathize or understand too. Don't make him this distant third party who will never to get it, or someone who should not be involved because he has a penis. That's the same toxic female attitude that causes soccer moms to call the cops on a dad when he takes his daughter to the park to play. Men can parent too, and they're surprisingly good at raising young girls on their own. Edit number 1. Thank you to the guys who have sent PMs to say thanks. And to the few who asked for some advice, I wish you the best of luck. Thanks for the gold. Edit number 2. Thanks to everyone for the awards. I am shocked at how big this has become since I posted it. I will reply to all the award givers in time, but I'm in my phone right now. Thank you again. That dads are dopey morons barely capable of caring for themselves, let alone their kids. That we're all not interested in or incapable of being involved in the planning of our weddings. I cannot tell you how many comments like, "Remember, it's her day, not yours," I received during the 2-year lead up to our wedding. I'm not going to lie to you and say I've been looking forward to getting married since I was 12 or something, but I took an active interest together with my wife in the planning of our wedding. It's not my day, it's hers. Fuck that. It was our day. We planned it together. Her vision definitely brought it all together, and she did a fucking astounding job. But she didn't just make decisions on her own. We talked together about and worked together on every single thing involved in the event. And we were both ecstatic with how it turned out. It turned out beautifully. I try not to toot my own horn very often, but I never thought the best party I'd ever go to would end up being my own parents, who are in an incredible, cooperative, supportive, happy married relationship, and are the best parents I could have possibly asked for. For the record, gave me grief about this sort of thing when I was telling them that when I get married, I want a smaller, not exorbitantly expensive wedding. They both, especially my dad, insisted that my hypothetical fiancé would be the one calling all the shots. Now that I type it out, I have to wonder if that's them perpetuating the stereotype or calling me spineless. Smaller is the way to go. The current wedding industry is fucking predatory with the amount of money they expect a relatively new couple to spend on what is ultimately a glorified party. Financial issues are a prime reason why people get divorced, and what does our society do? Immediately saddle the new couple with a huge financial burden because it's expected. Fuck that shit. My wife and I already said that if we had to get married now, that we would just do a courthouse wedding with parents and then just have a party to celebrate, and not get a diamond ring. Would have been a lot cheaper. Thank you for watching.